Hey everyone, sorry for the wait. It's just Jeff and I right now. I don't know if Brian's showing up, and I had to give Jeff a run through really quick. Um, but we're ready to start now. I'm so sorry that we're this late, but thank you for waiting all this time for us. Jeff, do you want to say hi? Do you want to do some shout outs? Can you
Yeah,
see the chat? I
yeah.
didn't ask you.
Let's see. All right, we got Shelby Norwood, we got John Nada, we got Michael Fontaine, Digital Man, Matthew K, Noise Guru, Pushing Button 62. Let's see who else.
Westville, Matthew K, the later Senate.
Westville, Bellator Cinex. Hope I said that right.
I just dropped my medicine on the floor. While you keep looking, Digital Man and TD Mage just jumped in.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. That's all we got so far, looks like.
Yeah, I can't blame them. We're almost an hour. We are an hour and a half late. Heck, I was about to say almost an hour and a half late. No, we are an hour and a half late.
Your audio's a bit muffled, says Westville.
Yeah, it's because I am currently looking on the floor for the medicine just fell on the ground. That's lovely. I just found it.
Hey, Maddie.
I am stuck at the table. Okay. Do you want to get started?
Yeah.
You all set? All right. I was hoping Brian was going to join us, but I don't think he is. I think it's too late.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Do you want to read it since you're so curious about it?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, credit John Nada. The name of a classic Saturday Night Live character has changed from John's memory. What is the first name of Gilda Radner's famous character? R. Blank Rosanadanna. Now, before we go on, I have a question for you, Sandy.
Yes.
That spelling of Radner, that's not what I remember. Is that what it is now?
It might not be. I don't know. That could be spell check.
It's ER.
Is it?
Yeah,
I kind of remember the O.
not me.
Let me look.
This is a character I know very well, so I'm interested to see what
Oh,
this
that's
change
weird.
might be.
Okay. I also want the chat to answer if you remember Radner with an O or an E.
We have High Pockets and Super Mario Brothers 3 now in the chat.
Thank you. It's birthday week. We'll just say it's birthday week.
All right, let's see. We have Westville says Roseanne, Roseanne. Rosanna is what John Nada remembers.
Oh, there's a lot of answers.
For me, it's Roseanne, Rosanadanna, but I'm interested to see what the spelling is.
Hey, Westville, is my audio still muffled? Because if I have to, I'll switch to my I'll switch to the digital, the Bluetooth. Hey, Go Car Bob.
Hey, Go Kart Bob.
So wait, you got Digital Man with Rosanna,
Mm-hmm.
Westville with Roseanne, It's good now? Okay, good. So it was just because I was looking on the floor. Okay. Did you get High Pockets? Titty
Yes.
Mage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got everybody then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go on to the next one?
We should.
Oh,
You
what
just
the
skipped
hell
it.
happened there?
It's okay. You're good. That's where you're supposed to be.
Okay. I'm not affected by this one, but that won't stop me from covering MEs that affect others. John has a clear memory of Rosanna, but her name has always been Roseanne. Do you remember Rosanna? Nope. Current memory on this one for me.
Same, but I didn't get any answers in the chat. Gilda Radner. How do you remember Radner being spelled? And just stay on this slide. This way they're not looking at it, you know? Now, there could be a reason. What? What did you say?
Welcome to Mr. Bad Gamer in the chat.
Oh, hi. So there could be a reason why I remember Radner with an O.
What's that reason?
There's a town, Radnor, PA,
Oh, there you go.
and it's spelled with an O. But
I'm
Westville remembers an O.
I'm 100% on the spelling being the way it is now for both.
I believe you. I'm 100% on the character's name being Roseanne.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the E looks weird. It looks really weird. So I'm going to have to see if there's residue later on. Just to see.
See, the thing is, the effect here for me might be the spelling of Roseanne.
You remember the E?
I don't think it was spelled for this character. I don't think it was spelled the way Roseanne Barr's name is spelled, which is what it is now.
You think it was Roseanne? No E?
Roseanne, no E.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Or at the end?
At the end. No E at the end for the character. That's what I remember.
Interesting.
Because there are different ways to spell this name.
So, like, Mandela remembers... No, Mandela remembers the E. Okay, well, we're going to go on. So this is the current reality. Roseanne, Rosanadanna. And there is Gilda Radner with the name, which looks weird to me. And here's a ton of residue.
Oh my God. That's interesting that there's residue for that.
Oh, there's a ton.
But I shouldn't be surprised at this point because of all the different realities.
No, absolutely not.
That's why even if we're not affected, we have to take into account other people's memories. Could definitely be valid.
Gilda Radner was a comedian who was on Saturday Night Live in a lot of 80s films, which I can't think of any names of right now. She dated, oh gosh, Willy Wonka. What's his name?
She was married to him, to Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, that's it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right. She was married to Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. That's from whatchamacallit? A compilation of SNL clips from a YouTuber.
What's that?
The picture of her standing with her name. The residue.
Oh, okay.
The YouTuber remembers the name spelled Rosanna. Just like these Etsy sellers.
Interesting. Might have been funnier that way, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed to be a ridiculous name, And it's even more ridiculous with Rosanna, which makes it funnier.
It does. I agree.
So I actually kind of like that. Give me a break.
So here are people who wrote a book about SNL, and they remember Rosanadanna. Oh wait, Roseanne. No, that was Rosanna.
Did that change on you?
I think it did. I'm saying Roseanne because that's what I remember. I think that may have changed.
Either way, it's a different spelling.
Yeah, the E's missing in the middle, like you remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, yours is the end. Sorry. Oh gosh, it's too much. All right, next one.
It's actually both.
Mm-hmm.
Both E's were missing for me.
You get next one. So this girl is calling herself Rosanna because of her hair. And this playlist says Rosanna, Rosanadanna, but all the videos say Roseanne, Rosanadanna. There's a second Twitter account. So Rosanna space Rosanadanna is a leftist, and Rosanna underscore Rosanadanna is a conservative. They both tweeted different stuff. And the conservatives in the top right with a meme that says, to level a playing field, Barron Trump will be debating Joe Biden. And then we got a band, and I believe one of the band members is a girl who uses the stage name Rosanna, Rosanadanna. Bottom left is a comment, as Rosanadanna used to say, never mind. And then the bottom right is a parody of Rosanadanna, written Rosanna twice. Hi, General Sorrow.
I don't know about. Hey, General Sorrow. I don't know about it leveling the playing field, though. Not so sure about that.
Here's a DVD review on Amazon, and at the bottom it says, but maybe that's just because Rosanadanna jokes about Geraldo and Walter Cronkite. You're welcome, John Nada. Anytime. And that's the last one.
All right.
So hold on. I'm going to remove you. There you go. Now you can move about your computer. So guys, we only have four folders tonight. If we get through them really quick, we'll just do random ones to because I mean, you guys waited for us. We're not gonna, stream for a half hour and go, so. But
All right.
if you need to go to bed, we're gonna get the new ones out first.
Which one did you want to do next?
Oh, you're just gonna go in order. So the one that's
below it, right after it?
No, you're going above. We already did those.
Above. Okay. So the one on the left of it?
Yes. The logos, I think it is.
Logos, okay.
Yes. All right, guys. So these logos, and I'm glad you read the last one because I'm going to have to explain most of this. These logos are all from 1986 and earlier. The majority are from the 1970s. These are all from media. And a few people have asked me, like, are the logos merging only in the U.S.? Absolutely not. I have some here today. We're going to start presenting. So we're starting with the BBC. The V and the I are actually connected. The I is a 1. The E is broken. It's going through for no reason whatsoever. So are the B's. But these are nothing compared to what I have to show you. I saved the best one for last. So you go to the next one. So here's more BBC. It's just different colors, so you can see the maybe you could see it better. You can go to the next one. Okay. So here's CNN back in the day. We all know it was merged from the beginning. This is 80 to 84. But the news channel written out is all merged as well. So the THE is all merged, the NEWS and CHANNEL, all connected from 80 to 84.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why does it keep doing that to me?
I don't know. But we've talked about AMC before with the weird A. I remember it curved, but the A had a bar across the middle. It wasn't at the bottom. EFC is a non-US media company. Again, this is the early 1980s, and the E is connected. The F is connected to both the E and the C.
Yeah, they didn't do that back then.
Not at all. Prism was a local station. I didn't realize it was local, but that's where you saw the sports in the Philadelphia area. The P is crooked now. It was standing up straight, just like the RISM.
It was.
It wasn't tilted like that. It looks like a Phillies P now.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. And the toy at the bottom, I don't know where Toy Productions is from, but the T is breaking the circle, so is the Y, and the O is filled in. And we didn't see the O's filled in like that.
No.
Back then. We've covered MCA before. However, Video Cassette Incorporated is also merged with the Lambda A in cassette. CAS is merged. And New World Pictures, the R is broken, the P is broken. Okay, the one on the bottom, Darren Video, is definitely not United States. I don't know where it's from. But we have a Lambda A with, well, I don't know what you call it, where it's got the diagonal going through it. But again, 1980 to 86. And LVN is merged. I'm not even sure that's a U.S. brand either.
Why is it AV if it's Darren Video?
I have no idea.
Weird.
Unless that's a D, shaped like an A.
Could be.
Miracle Films, never heard of this. Check that out with the M and the F. The E is crooked. The A is broken. The RA is merged. It's just an absolute mess. And then below, you can obviously see it's not even an English media company. Bang Bang Films, and it's completely merged. They're connected. Is that Korean? I'm not sure. So Sacramento, Stockton, California, early 1980s, KVIE is all overlapping. Grundy is merged, and Television Productions. Television is merged.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Mm-hmm. Chinese. Thank you, TD Mage. Chinese kanji. Guild Home Video presents. The LD is merged. The VI is merged. And then CBS Video. The BS is merged. The VI is merged. The DEO is merged. Everything except the C. I'm with you there, Shelby. Spokane. Spokane? How do you pronounce it? Spokane, right? Washington? I think it's Spokane.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes. So anyway, this one was from 1979. The K, the S, the P, the S, 7 is all merged. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that looks ridiculous.
Dick Clark Productions. Do you guys remember it looking like that?
No.
Thank you, Noise Guru. The Kentucky network is all merged. KET, the TH and the UC in Kentucky. I think the NT is too, or the TU. And then the TWO and network plus the W is that weird double V. And work is merged. And then that is a Q, not a backwards 9 or an upside down 6
Or a sideways P.
or a sideways P. KQED. The ED is merged. The KQ is merged. The Q is broken. There you go. All right, guys. Here's the one that got me. The one on the bottom is the end of Mr. Rogers. Oh my God, do you guys remember Family Come Nunications? Because that's what it is now. It's COMNUN. I can't say it. Communications.
Wait a minute. That's supposed to be an N?
No, it's supposed to be 2 M's, but because of the way it's written, look at it.
It looks like, yeah, I see what you mean. It looks like
there's 3 lines for the M and then 2 lines, not 3. So
well, it doesn't really look like an N, but it looks like they were trying to make an N, but it got Mandela.
Yeah. So do you guys remember Family Communications at the end of Mr. Rogers looking like this? Because I certainly do not. 1981. This is when I would have been watching this.
Yeah.
All the time.
I have to say that's the most ridiculous one I've seen yet.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah. Why would they ever write it like that? Come on.
I don't know.
That's insane.
It's a waterfall of lines.
Yeah.
And then WETA with the lambda A and a star in the middle is Washington, D.C. in 1979 with the E's that are just bars and all merged. General Sorrow and TDMH both say no to family communications.
And they'd both be right.
Matthew K says, someone was on drugs when they designed that.
And that's what it looks like to me, too.
Yeah.
And that's the last one for that.
Yeah, I need to hide you. Hold on. There you go.
All right, let's get out of there now.
I'm going to message and see if Brian's coming. Go. Hey, Damien G.
Hey, Damien G.
I think someone snuck in there I didn't say hi to. Scrolling. I said hi to Super Mario Brothers, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I said hi to Go Kart Bob.
Yeah, we got everybody.
Eddie Von Keen. That's who I didn't say. And Maddie. Hey, guys.
Maddie, I said hi to.
And Parody Bear.
Yeah, I did not see Eddie or Parody Bear. Hi, guys.
They're here now. Noise Guru says, Mr. Rogers had a whole little world in his backyard. I'm sure there was drugs involved.
There had to be.
All right, guys. I swear to you, this one's new. I swear it's new. This is not the short. I swear. Okay. I just recently made a short about Donald Duck Mandela effect I found in 2020. Well, there's a couple new issues with Donald that I need to ask you about. And it's not just Donald. There's actually more than that. There you go. All right. This is the minor of the two questions I have to ask you. Which color hat or hats do you remember Donald wearing? So after I read, Jeff, I'm going to ask you to try to zoom in if you can. If not, it's okay. Number 1 is blue with black accents. Number 2 is blue with a different color blue accents. 3 is blue with gold accents. And 4 is white with blue accents. I'm just throwing this one in because it has changed from my memory, so it was bothering me. And since I was talking about this, I'm like, let me throw it in. Okay, well, go with D then. Go with number 4 then. We'll say blue, white in any order. And General Star says maybe blue, gold. And then Noise Guru says white with blue. And John Nada says top right, which is blue and blue. Westville is number 4. Mandanimal is number 3. Jeff, what do you remember?
Number 1.
Well, now that you said 1, we have all the options. Anyone else? Oh, wait, Philo said number 1. She's snuck in up there at the top.
Hey, Philo.
I wonder where Jency's been. I haven't seen Jency in a while.
It's been a couple shows.
It's been like a couple of months. I hope she's okay.
Has it been that long? I thought we saw her not too long ago.
No, she's been gone a while. I mean, granted, it's very early in the morning where Jency is.
Yeah. Tina remembers number 1.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I think we're going to go on to question 2, or I might just give the answer first. I can't remember. So, both you, Tina, and Philo have the current memory. I have a dual memory of 2, blue on blue, and 4, white and blue in either order. Probably because he wore a white hat in older cartoons. But just like Alice in Wonderland, the blue turned black. And that's what you guys remember. Next slide. So the current reality is blue with black, and I don't remember the black at all. Mr. Bad Gamer remembers 1 as well.
Nice. Yeah, it looks right to me. However, I have seen the one with the white hat as well.
Mm-hmm. Ken Rose, welcome, says 1.
So that's 5 that remember it that way.
Well,
move on.
Maybe not this one. All right, here's the question I wanted to ask you. This question is the real reason why I'm asking about Donald. Which face or faces do you associate with Donald Duck being angry? A, normal white angry face. B, angry white face with pink and or red eyes. C, pink head with angry face. Or D, red head with angry face.
A for me.
Wow, Mr. Bad Gamer is a D. Noise Guru is a B. Michael Fontaine is an A. General Sorrow, a D. Guessing, because General Sorrow only had a black and white TV. But you could probably tell that in black and white.
To some degree, you could still tell a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mandanimal is A and B. Shelby is B. Matthew is D. Johnada is D. Philo is all of the above. Westville is A. Astro RA is A and B. TD Mage is D. Westville says maybe those are his stages of anger. Gerald Neal says all but C. Wow. Okay. Here's the thing. It's going to be a Mandela effect for everyone if that's what you, if everyone thinks what Mr. Big Gamer thinks. All right. Go on to the next one. For me, I remember A like you, Jeff. Just an angry face. That's it. A, C, and D, all of them except for the red eyes, can be found in cartoons. A can be found everywhere, so it is by far the most common. And so far, I've only found B in posters and cover art. So if you remember the red eyes, only in posters and cover art, not in the cartoons that I've found yet. Everything else was in the cartoons. And D, I only found in one cartoon. C, I only found in one cartoon. Not to say that there's not more out there, but I did look at quite a few, and so far, only C and D are only in one cartoon. Different cartoons, but one cartoon. So if you remember him always turning red or pink when he got angry, that is not the case. And if you remember him with red eyes in a cartoon, as far as I can tell, that is not the case. So we can go on. So mostly on posters where Donald is also yellow, you will find the pink eyes with the red eyeballs. They look evil to me. With the exception of these posters, I've never seen this before.
Me either. For me, A is the only one that looks right.
I would say they're cousins, but they're different companies, so they're probably like the Hatfields and the McCoys. All right, so here is the current reality with all the different hats, with black for the tag and the band, which only a few of you remembered. And those of you that remember an orange sun, not a yellow sun, there's an orange sun there on the cover of that book. Okay, get to the next one. This is more of the hat. Now, as you can see, there's an angry Donald with a white face like I remember in the bottom left-hand corner. Also, I found a Donald Duck dressed in red, which is weird. You can go on. We're not done. I have a question to ask you guys still. Well, actually, multiple, but one about Donald. So here's the blue on blue, like I remember, and the white on blue. And there's even one with the gold that you found, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. The beak is different on the bottom left.
That's the old style.
Yeah.
The old style Donald. All right, we can go on.
So when it comes to the dolls, though, I wouldn't put too much stock in that because a lot of companies just make cheap knockoffs and they just do whatever colors they want.
No, I usually go with the Walt Disney World ones on the tag.
Okay.
Or licensed by Disney.
So that was licensed by Disney, that red one?
Correct.
And that's wrong then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's wrong anyway, but you know what I mean.
I do. So as you can see here, all these posters where 90% he's yellow have red eyes for him being angry. Whether the entire eye or just the pupil. And that just looks evil to me. That is not my Donald.
No. Me either. What the hell?
That's what I'm trying to say. This is the one episode, except for the one in the top right. It's pink. I don't know why it's pink, but it is. The rest are all red.
It doesn't even look like Donald on the top left. Looks more like Woody Woodpecker to me. That looks ridiculous.
Okay, Brian is not coming. And I agree, it looks ridiculous. The pink ones looks ridiculous. But anyway, you think that looks ridiculous. Just you wait. Just you wait. So here's residue of what I remember. Blue on blue and white and blue. Also, the bottom right is just, he's got the yellow feathers, but there's nothing happening. It's just him angry. No red of any kind. So it's still residue. In Trombone Trouble, there's a version of Donald Duck I have never seen before. That may not be a Mandela. I can't be sure because I've never seen this cartoon before, and I do not know if this is the only cartoon with these features. But we're just going to pretend. You're just going to answer yes or no if you've ever seen this before. Has anyone ever seen Donald with green eyes like Woody Woodpecker has now? And teeth like real ducks have now? It's like cartilage. It's weird.
What?
And have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen Donald with teeth and green eyes? Yes or no in the chat. Anyone?
No for Mandela.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph. No for High Pockets. Mr. Bad Gamer says yes, I've seen that.
Wow. Philo says no green eyes, teeth maybe. Gerald Neal says green eyes yes, teeth no. The exact opposite. Ralph and Cassie remembers him showing teeth on rare occasions. I've never seen teeth on Donald.
I haven't either. That looks really weird to me.
Matthew K says the green looks gray. I assure you it definitely is green. But no on the eyes, but yes for the teeth. High Pocket says a duck with teeth, oh my. Well, maybe we'll have to do that folder. Astro is a no. Digital Man is a no-no. Now we can go on because we have some more pictures of the teeth. It's not just this one scene. There's even red face and teeth. He's just looking evil.
Yeah.
The next slide is just something I found interesting. It's not a Mandela or anything. So there's also a mirror scene where the reflection has the colors of future Donald Duck. So on the left, the blue is darker than it is now. And on the right, in the mirror, that's about the color blue Donald is now. And on the left, his eyes are white like we remember. And on the right, they've got that blue tinge like it is now. So it's almost like they were predicting the future design of Donald Duck color-wise. And also, I've never heard of mirrors changing color, so I don't know why they did that. Since we are talking about Donald Duck again, I made a promise on a comment to show the alternate reality Daisy and the nephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Besides also being yellow in many of the posters where Donald is yellow, the boys are also a pale yellow in a Disney cartoon. TV Mage says that's creepy and I hate it. I agree. High Pocket says no. You can go on. Ironically, the only character in Donald's Diary, that is the name of this cartoon, that is the correct color is Donald. So Donald is white in this cartoon, but the nephews are yellow. And besides the nephews being pale yellow, Daisy is pink. Do you ever recall seeing a pink Daisy Duck before? Now, some of you may have, because it was originally in my original presentation of Donald also being yellow. I had a few pictures of her pink. But I can't remember if it was it Philo? Philo, was it you? Or was it actually someone named Daisy who didn't remember Pink Daisy? So that's why I'm doing this one again. She is white. It's only this cartoon that I know of that she's pink. And as you can see, the boys are in the back seat in the top middle picture. They're pale yellow. So do you remember the current reality for any of these? Or is this all new for you like it is for me? Let me know your memory of these in the comments below. Obviously for the people watching it on replay. And this is from DuckTales, where he's got the sailor tie, which I remember being blue and now it's black. It was navy blue. I also don't remember the red stripe on his wrist.
I remember the blue like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And not the red stripe.
Hi, Joseph. All right, I think we're down to the last one that's new.
Mm-hmm.
You can read it. It's just what I'm saying. We've only been streaming a half hour.
Yeah, we could do a few more after that.
Yeah, they go by quick. I'll check it. I'll check it out and put it in the not residue folder, but I'll put it in the folder for next week, Philo.
$43.
Yes. Oh, I have to hide you, don't I? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Good. I was busy reading the chat.
All right. We're ready.
Donald's Diary was the name of the cartoon with Pink Daisy. There you go. Doing a little rewind first before we get to the new one.
A few years ago, I noticed Rosie the robot from the Jetsons had been Mandela.
Yes, my lighter's dying. I had to click it like 16 times.
Before I show you the new Mandela effect, I'm just curious to see what everyone remembers now. Which Rosie is the closest match to your memory?
And if it's not exact, tell me what's different. I'm curious. So Astro is a B.
Red eyes for Mr. Bad Gamer.
And TD Mage is an A. Noise Guru is a 1.
John Nada's A.
High Pockets is a B. Joseph is an A. Philo is a 1. Westville is a B. Hi, Adam for Christ.
Hey, Adam for Christ.
Noise Guru says, I don't remember so many red spots.
Matthew K says left.
I guess I should put numbers or letters on the pictures, but I understand what they're all saying. Michael Fontaine is A. So
First
did
one.
I. I love the Jetsons.
Me too. The first one for me, I'm not really affected by this particular one. I am affected by a few changes with her, but not that one.
Yes, it is Philo. Gotcha.
All right. So, in my past, she was number 2. Rosie and her rivets were silver/gray. Her eyes and antenna were white/pale yellow, lighting up like a light bulb.
I could go with black eyes before they light up too, but not red. They weren't red for me.
But she has always been shades of blue, even bluer in later seasons and the movies. One season in the 60s and 2 seasons in the 80s, and always had red antenna, eyes, and rivets. This isn't my Rosie. She looks ridiculous to me.
She does. She wasn't blue, and those red dots are ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember her gray. Now another character has been Mandela in 2 ways. Their dog Astro. Question number 1. Which Astro do you remember? A, B, or both?
So A is the top, B is the bottom. A, B, or both.
Now this one I'm highly affected by.
Let's see if the chat is.
I mean, I get why he looks the way he does in relation to the cartoon, but it's still wrong for me.
So Mr. Bad Gamer is a B. General Sorrow and Philo Fire is a B. General Sorrow is an A. Mandanimal's an A. Mr. Super Sidewinder is an A. Gerald Neal says in the early 60s, I assumed Rosie was a metaphor for a black female maid. TD Mage is an A. High Pockets is an A. Digital Man is an A. John Nada's not sure. Matthew K is A, but sort of B, I guess. I remember an antenna on the collar. Mr. Bad Gamer says, no, Sandy, it was a B. Did I say an A for you? I'm sorry. Westville is an A. Adam for Christ is A. Astro is B.
Yeah, I remember A. I don't have any memory of an antenna anyway. Question number 2. Which color or colors do you remember Astro 1, 2, or 3? Do you have any answers?
I am looking right now. Okay, Noise Guru is a 3. Mr. Bad Gamer is a 2. Astro is a 2. General Sorrow passes because of black and white TV. TD Mage is a 2. Philo 2, maybe once 1. Mandanimal is gray or blue. Hey, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
Mr. Super Sidewinder is a 3. Matthew K is a 2. John Nada is a 2. Go-Kart Bob is all of the above. Westville is a 2. Digital Man is a 2. Philo is asking, really, Bob? High Pockets is a 2. Well, I would say, really, Philo? 3? You guys remember 3? Your Astro looked like Scooby?
Gerald Neal is a 2.
One is Dino, 3 is Scooby, says Digital Man.
Maybe now.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. In my past, Astro was number 2 and only number 2. For the most part, he is still gray.
So he is number 2 for the most part.
So it's a variation of him.
It is a variation.
But in at least one episode, he's clearly a shade of lavender, but even stranger. I got to see the even stranger. Some comics and books portray Astro as brown. I do not understand this reality. Colors were set in stone where I come from. There was never any variation at all in recurring cartoon characters. I agree.
And it's also in toys, books, games. He's brown everywhere.
Always just gray.
I know. And the weird part is the hand puppet, the body is brown, but the head is gray.
That looks stupid. The other ones look stupid too, though. They're also
the one in the top middle, the toy is gray, but the drawings are brown.
But the main issue is question number 1. Astro never had an antenna on his tail in my past, but he does now in at least one original episode of the Jetsons. But that's not all. But wait, there's more. This antenna shows up in official animation, sells books, games, and toys. This isn't just a one-time appearance. So we should have at least seen this random antenna before.
So those of you who have answered that you did not remember the antenna, I don't either. It's in the color forms kit, a board game, toys. It's no. He never had an antenna on his tail for me. The top left image is enhanced just to show you it actually is purple. I just bumped up the saturation. Sometimes it's hard to see, especially on your smaller screens. Oh, and who remembered blue? There's two blue Astros. One is on a toy train, and the other one is someone's drawing. Is that TD Mage? Someone remember blue.
Yeah, that antenna looks so wrong.
The bottom left is brown with an antenna.
100% wrong.
So here's some residue of just gray. Like I said, it is the most common color.
Not only gray, but gray with no antenna.
No antenna, correct.
That's the Astro I remember. And I used to watch it all the time.
I watched all the time too.
And I know that looks right because, I mean, that was like a ritual for me. Flintstones, Jetsons, all those shows. I used to watch that all the time. Is this the first time you are seeing a blue-red Rosie? More importantly, were variations in colors part of your past history? And do you remember Astro with an antenna? Let us know in the comments below.
Astro says the antenna used to exit in danger, not in normal day-to-day life. Antenna is in the collar, says Gerald Neal. Mr. Bad Gamer says gray with an antenna.
5G butt.
No variation, says Mandanimal.
Yeah.
I did too, TD Mage. Used to watch Flintstones followed by the Jetsons block on TBS every weekday after school.
Me too. And I'll tell you something else. Hanna-Barbera was very cheap with their cartoons. They would not have done this in our past. They would stick with one design. That was it. Like I remember even in the Flintstones, whenever they were running, you'd see the same stuff over and over in the background.
Didn't they invent that technique?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, they would have never done that.
No.
Because they always kind of went the cheap route with a lot of this stuff.
Yep. Well, Jeff, feel free to just scroll and pick something.
All right.
Whatever you feel like covering. Whatever rewind. Doesn't matter. I'm sure there's something that they haven't seen because they missed a show or it's been so long that they forgot. We do that sometimes.
Yeah. There's so many, it's hard to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I remember differently for some reason on certain things. It's weird. Trying to go back here a little bit. Stuff that's not so recent. This was a good one.
Okay. So credit myself and Theresa Lynch. Dennis the Menace is totally Mandela in our opinion. This presentation contains two totally different possible Mandela effects. The first one from Sandy, the second from Theresa. You guys are getting error messages? What is happening with YouTube's chat? They were getting error messages last week too. Or the last show, I should say. Part 1, things Sandy noticed while researching Theresa's Mandela effect. And I'm not even sure what this is about. So, we begin with a simple question. Which color overalls do you remember in the comics and cartoon? Red, blue, or both? I'm sorry again. Jeremy Sorrow had a black and white TV. So, Mandanimal says rainbow. Matthew K says blue. Mr. Bad Gamer says red. I missed a lot. I'm scrolling back up. Janat is red. General Sorrow is red. Go back down. Matthew K is blue. Philo Fire is red. Adam for Christ is red. High Pockets is red. Westville is red. TD. Wait, it's jumping on me. Go Kart Bob is all of the above. Mr. Bad Gamer says it was only red. Mandanimal says blue, actually. TD Mage is red. Sea Cruise. What? Red, but we covered this already, so I'm cheating, says Gerald Neal.
Red for me.
Digital Man is red. Still showing it. Mr. Super Sideliner says brown like Astro. Kidding. Dennis was blue. Calvin was red, says Noise Guru. Red, by the way, says DD74, and welcome. Mr. Super Sidewinder says red. Okay, and Joseph comes in with red as well. It's both now, but 95% of the time he's wearing red overalls. And while I remember both, the shirt is the real problem for me. Which shirt do you remember? Red and white, blue and white, or blue and black? 1, 2, or 3 in the chat is fine. 1, 2, or 3. Or all of them. It's up to you. Yeah, I'm lighting the lighter a lot because my lighter's dying, and because I'm talking, my cigarette keeps going out. Noise Guru is a 1. General Sorrow is a 1. Mandanimal is an A. Had to be different. Just kidding. Philo is 1 and 3. Mr. Bad Gamer is 1. Gerald Neal is 3. Joseph is 1. You guys are perfect. I don't drink, but I smoke. I've always smoked. Oh my gosh. How'd you guys not know? All these years. Westville is 1. Okay, so Go-Kart Bob says red in the comic strip, blue on the TV show. TD Mage is 1. Welcome to May. Is it to May or Tammy? So I don't keep pronouncing your name wrong. Mr. Super Sideliner does not know. Joseph is saying Rosanadanna. DD74 says 1. That is Dennis the Menace Astro. Adam for Christ is not sure. No, I can't. I can't because of other medications. I'm not allowed to. Tamay is right or Tammy? Tamay. I just don't want to pronounce your name wrong. I feel bad. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Philo says I had a clear memory of this last time it was presented. Well, actually, my voice was all gravelly because I had an NG tube down my throat for 10 days. The first time, it wasn't a problem. They took it out too soon. And then they put the NG tube back in my throat and scraped my vocal cords on the way down, and I have scar tissue. And I lost my singing voice because of it. And yeah, that's why my voice is all screwed up. Believe it or not, it's not from smoking. Astro remembers too.
Now, last time I had a different memory. This time I remember 3.
John Noddy, you must have missed the Mandela Monday where we were talking about how we were chain smoking during the show. All 3 of us. Me, Fizzy, and Dan.
They smoke too?
And Noble.
I didn't know that. I just knew you did.
Nope, everybody. Matthew Case is 3. I agree, Tammy is 2 ends, but you never know. Let's see. Astro is 2 and 3. Thank you, Tamay. Like Fonzie saying, hey. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Gerald Neal. He likes my voice regardless. All right, we can go on. We have a lot of answers. So I remember red, white with the blue overalls and blue, white with the red overalls. So I remember it just like this. I found both in Residue and random printings in books, but neither are the official colors. Some of you do remember the current reality. Officially, Dennis Mitchell wears red overalls with a blue-black shirt. The black looks so wrong to me. Is this your memory? Like, really, there was never any black in a shirt for me.
I might have taken an update on this one.
Do you remember the black?
Yeah, but not all the time.
Well, it's not all the time. In the cartoon it is, but not. There's other places like Dairy Queen you're going to see.
I've seen all different variations of it. But the black was what he wore in the cartoon.
I don't have a smoker's cough, John Nada. Shiloh says I tend to chain smoke and chat. It's the stress from the Mandela effects, I guarantee it.
I pretty much
Astro.
do that too.
Astro remembers it too. Very rarely there's a black red striped shirt with the blue overalls. That double feature shows two variations on the same cover. Does anyone remember black and red stripes? See, I don't remember his shirt being dark like that at all.
No, me either.
I am well aware, but I've been smoking 20 years and my spouse smokes, so there's no chance in that happening. Let's see. The black and blue doesn't seem right either on the shirts, it says to me.
That one on the top, the third one, was weird.
General Sar says no. Matthew K says hell no. Noise Guru says that looks right to me. TD Mage says nope. Blue overalls with black and blue shirt, says Matthew K. Even Dairy Queen couldn't decide what color shirt Dennis Mitchell wore. So I remember the white and the blue with the red, but I do not remember the black and blue with the red. And Dairy Queen used both. The original TV series, while shot in black and white, had Dennis in blue overalls with a blue and white striped shirt. The movies had blue overalls with green, blue, and red blue stripes, just in case you were wondering. Finally, which eyebrows and hair do you remember? A, B, or C? So, if you're having a hard time seeing, A is yellow hair, no eyebrows. B is yellow hair with the eyebrows under it. And C is yellow hair with the eyebrows in it. So on top of the hair.
B.
B for you.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew K is a B. John Nada is a C. TD Mage is a C. General Star says it's C. Noise Guru is C. Astro is B. Gerald Neal is C. Mr. Bad Gamer is C. Westville is C. Matthew K, well, A and B. Philo's laughing that the eyebrows are floating in his... Isn't it a quaff? D for Mr. Super Sidewinder. C for High Pockets. Philo says C. General Sorrow says bug tattoo. I think it's just, yeah, spider on his arm. DD74 is C. Joseph is way behind saying A and C look stupid. I agree. Adam for Christ is a C. Hi, Mustard Seed of Faith.
I mustard seed of faith.
All right, we can go on. B for Tomei. I'm having a dual memory of A and B, but it's always been C. What I know for sure is his hair never covered his eyebrows, and his eyebrows weren't in his hair. Apparently, many of you remember this. I do not. I chose for you. B for me. I'm not 100% sure on this one. Says mustard seed. Side note, I have no memory of Jane North's Dennis wearing anything other than overalls. Do you remember episodes where he's dressed in this striped polo and pants outfit?
Yes.
I don't. I only remember the overalls.
He didn't always wear the overalls in that series.
General Sorrow says no. Mr. Bad Gamer is saying C. Looks like bugs in his hair. I agree, Geraldine. It looks wrong. Astro says yes. Dennis has eyes in his hair. Yes, when he was older, says Go Kart Bob.
Yeah, he's right.
Maybe I didn't watch the later episodes. That's a possibility.
Yeah. In the later episodes, he did stop wearing the overalls. That's another show I used to watch every day after school for a few years.
I only watched it once in a while. Westville says no. Preliminal Hay says never watched it. Matthew K remembers him changing between the two. Astro prefers the 80s and 90s, Dennis.
What was weird was in the later seasons, they had a different Mr. and Mrs. Wilson. It was his brother. They moved into the house next door.
That is weird.
Yeah.
John Nada said, I always saw it at DQ and in the newspaper. Same here. Same. TD Mage says, I barely remember the old one, but only remember overalls. And Mr. Bad Gamer did not watch. That's where I saw it too, Philo, Nick at Night. Or on Nickelodeon.
It was on regular Nickelodeon during the day.
Okay. I knew it was on Nickelodeon. Before all of our time. Well, not all of ours, but most of our times. So here is the current reality of the blue and black that I do not remember that some of you do. And the bottom right is navy blue with a lighter, like a gray.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
See television? I don't think so. It was all right. It wasn't great.
And we jumped over the other one.
Thought so.
The eyebrows on top of the hair just looks so ridiculous.
It does. So stupid.
I can't. And the fact that some of you remember it blows my mind. Yes, with the golden sun. Yes, I think it came right before Lassie.
Yeah. It was Dennis the Menace, then Lassie. Then you can't do that on television. Then a few other weird shows that I remember, but a lot of other people don't.
Like 16.
Turkey Television was another one
Gosh.
that they would show after. Well, maybe it was actually before You Can't Do That on Television. by the same creators.
What was the one with the
Weird
rodeo?
show. Hey Dude.
Hey Dude, that's it. My gosh.
Another weird thing with Dennis the Menace was Mr. Wilson in the cartoon was bald, and in the comics he was bald. Neither Mr. Wilson in the actual series was bald.
All right, we can go to the residue now. So here's what I remember. The Dairy Queen Dennis the Menace. And like I said, I do remember blue overalls with red and white striped shirt too.
I remember that too.
So I remember them both ways, but no black. I don't remember the black stripes. It was 15. Okay, not 16.
15 what?
The name of the show. I thought it was 16, but it was 15.
That one I never heard of.
It was like a cheesy soap opera with 15-year-olds.
What?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was in it. It wasn't on that long.
How the
Maybe
hell
like
did I miss that?
2 years, like in the 92, 1992, I think.
That's
Oh,
why.
yeah. I was 15 when it started.
That's why. I had stopped watching it by then.
It was meant for kids our age at the time. That's why. It was to attract the teenagers that were losing interest in Nickelodeon.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't watching it anymore by 92.
Like a very cheesy Melrose Place.
Melrose Place itself was pretty
Not
cheap.
Melrose Place, 90210.
That one I kind of liked, although I hate to admit it. Although I just did.
Saved by the Bell had a much lighter tone. It was very, like goofy and upbeat. Whereas 15 had that 90210 seriousness, but like less, what's the word I'm looking for? The production quality was less than Saved by the Bell. Their budget
Saved by
must
the
have been
Bell.
like a quarter of that.
Saved by the Bell was so stupid. The older you get, the more you realize how stupid that show was.
Nice guru said, wait, Sandy is 20. Don't believe her. I wish. Actually, I don't wish. I wouldn't want to be 20 again. 25, not 20.
Yeah, 25 is a good age.
Yeah. So here's the blue with the red and white stripe, red with the blue and white stripe. Go on.
Yeah, I think I might have taken a little bit of an update that I remember the black at all. Because that looks right.
It's too dark. The black is too dark for me.
Yeah.
All right, part 2. Theresa found something which I simply cannot believe.
Now this is the big one.
Yeah, this is the big one. Credit Theresa, a sync like no other happened in March of 1951 between two artists, one in the United States and the other in England.
And what's weird is it wasn't a case of one copying the other, which it usually is, but not in this case.
Not in this case. You go on. Oh, it didn't switch yet. There we go. Hank Ketchum was the artist who created Dennis the Menace, aka Dennis Mitchell, with the first comic appearing March 12, 1951, in 16 newspapers in the USA, distributed by Post Hall Syndicate. I don't remember his case looking like that.
No, you're right. Wait a minute, hold up. I just noticed something weird. Hank Ketchum is spelled with an A over there in the picture.
Yeah, I
The way
know.
the way you spelled it is the way I remember it.
Same here.
That's a change.
Did we cover that?
No,
All right, I'm gonna
that's
do a
new.
screenshot. We'll look into that because I do remember the U.
Yeah, I remember the U very, very clearly. There was no way there was an A in it. Wow.
In the chat, what do you remember? Hank Ketchum's last name. John Nada remembers the U.
John Nada's right.
On the same day, David Law's version of Dennis the Menace, aka Dennis Menace Jr., made its debut in The Beano, a British comic magazine. Unlike Hank Ketchum, who I again spelled with a U, TD Mage also remembers a U. So do Five Pockets, TD74, Ham or Chum. Unlike Hank Ketchum with a U, David Law did not create this character, only brought him to life. The creator was the Beano editor, George Mooney, who heard a
Oh,
British music hall song. What's wrong?
I just checked Hank Ketchum. It changed.
It's an A?
It's an A now.
Oh my. I gotta double check that we didn't already cover this though. We've
No,
covered, I think we did. I think Theresa found it.
really?
Yeah, I think we did cover it. I gotta check. Anyway.
This is huge for me.
Um,
No way.
okay, so Mooney, who heard a British music hall song, like a choir of boys singing the lyrics, I'm Dennis the Menace from Venice, and decided to create a character around the song lyrics. So on either side of the pond, two men created a character at the same time. The creation of two Dennis the Menace characters, both with striped shirts, wreaking havoc in their neighborhood, was a pure coincidence. So was the identical release date. What are the odds of this happening? And again, I don't remember any black stripes, and they both have black stripes. You guys catch him every time. Mr. Bad Game remembers you. So here is images of Dennis Menace Jr. 10,000, no, 100,000 to 1, Sister Rosara. I'm going to check really quick while you do that. Look at the stuff. I'm just going to do a quick search.
I already found Residue.
No. I'm doing a search in my Flickr folder.
Holy shit.
Yes, we covered it.
Really?
August 9th, 2020.
A couple months before I was in the community.
Theresa found it. Who created the comic Dennis the Menace, Hank K. Space. We remember you, and it's always been an A. So we did cover it. It's pre-graphics. I had a feeling. Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Oh, you can hear me. So why is Jeff not responding? Jeff, are you there? Maybe we did lose Jeff. Maybe when he closed the folder, he accidentally closed out of StreamYard. Yep, that's what happened. He closed out of StreamYard. We'll give him a minute to get back. Oh, you heard the Windows audio? Well, while we're waiting, there's some new features in StreamYard. I want to see what happens if I hit them. Media slot. What can I do with that? Apparently nothing. Discard changes. What's the edit do? I'm seeing if I can present. I don't think I can. No. Still no present button for iPad. And Jeff is back. There you go.
Sorry about that. My computer shut off just randomly.
That was interesting. I thought you accidentally clicked out.
Nope. Let's see. Am I
Noise
still
Guru,
in here? Yeah.
I have not checked email in 2 days. I will check it tonight. I've just been working on the show. I've been working on a folder for 2 weeks now. And I just can't get it done. There's like 400 images that I had to highlight and crop.
I also wanted to talk about that movie.
Yeah, I know. Go for it. You can present your screen and go to a web page
Yeah.
and then present from there.
I'll do that. This is really weird.
Doesn't all cough syrup have alcohol in it? John Nada, which alien one? The one that. You gotta be more specific. The one that was in the comments? From somebody else that I didn't quite understand? The one that I was having trouble finding residue for? Or a different alien one? Because we have a couple folders having to do with aliens. No, I'm not a real diva. I'm the most laid back person you'll never meet. There has to be some alcohol free for kids. All right, we're going to present really quick.
Okay, so I randomly found this movie on Amazon Prime. Angriest Man in Brooklyn, Robin Williams.
Yes or no in the chat. That's what you want to ask.
Yeah, yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of this movie? It's from 2014, the year that he died. And what's weird about it is that in the movie, he's dying. But not only that, there's one point in the movie where he actually tries to commit suicide by jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. And I thought it was a little weird, not only the year it came out, but the premise and obviously what happens in the movie. I feel like it could be a Mandela trolling us.
You want to see what the chat say? I am going to tell you. Matthew K, I am not a diva. High Pockets is a no. Mr. Bad Gamer is a yes. Astro is a no. Gerald Neal is a yes. Pushing Button 62, welcome, is a no. Pretty 50-50.
I'm surprised anybody's heard of it at all.
Same. I am in my 40s, Meister Eckopt. Eckopt? Pushing Button says 19.
I'm just surprised we never heard of this.
I've never heard of this, honestly.
Also, the fact that he tries to commit suicide in the movie.
You can't say that word on YouTube anymore.
Oh, yeah. He tries to do something in the movie.
I think they say unalive himself now.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Whatever. Little coincidental is what I'm saying. That's really the point of it.
Mandela-nator. I don't think Adam Sandler's in this, right?
He's not.
Mr. Bad Gamer was asking.
Mila Kunis is in it, though. Which I thought was weird, too.
TD Mate says no. Gerald Neal said it was a bad movie.
It was.
Meister Ecop says, I watched that like the week he died.
Yeah, a little strange, a little coincidental for me.
They would have delayed the release out of respect, which would have made this movie more memorable.
Yeah. And May says something that I tend to agree with in the chat.
Studio 666 wasn't delayed. I can't read it, but I am skeptical as well, Tanae. His contract was up since DD 74. That's the whole thing, Mr. Bad Gamer. We're asking if you knew of the movie or not.
Still can't believe that was 9 years ago.
I know, the last 20 years flew.
Yep.
Do you want to randomly pick another one? And then we'll call it a night?
Yeah.
I'm sorry Brian couldn't come, guys. He is traveling on a vacation. But we'll be back next week multi-streaming. In case you didn't read my messages all over the internet. Next week we'll be back to the normal, both channels at the same time. Try to pick a non-cartoon one. That's all we did tonight.
Yeah.
It's cartoons.
Yeah, let's do something different. Trying to
It's
find
hard.
something going back a little more.
I figured that. Yeah, it's hard going through Flickr because you have to scroll past the recent folders first.
Yeah.
You can't sort in the other direction. What? That's horrible. Irene John Nada's comment about Studio 666.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This was a pretty good one, I thought.
Okay, let's see what you picked. And it's your turn to read, so. You have to present. Jeff just muted again.
All right, it's ready to go.
When I asked this on Scar Performance, I was mostly alone. Let's see if people's memories have changed since then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Comedy series that ran from 1984 to 1991, starring Dick Clark and Ed McMahon. Bloopers and practical jokes.
Yeah, that's the answer. You skipped over it. Jeff, go back. That's the blank right there. This is Ask Chat. They remember.
Well, not the complete answer. Do they remember that? Or do they remember something else? And I already see an answer. Or few. My Pocket says TVs. Noise Guru, TVs. TD Mage 20, TVs. Push Button 62, TVs. John Nada, TVs. Mr. Bad Gamer, TV. DD74, TVs. Joseph Zepso, TVs. Pile of Fire, VCR. Just kidding.
But Westville is TVs as well.
Violet doesn't remember the show. I can't say that, General Sorrow. We can move on, though. This show was TV bloopers and practical jokes in my past. It's always been TVs, which looks and sounds completely wrong to me.
Correct. For me, it was TV. No S.
And you? What is this, TV bloopers and practical jokes, huh? I thought you were suspended. And you?
There is residue everywhere.
What is this,
TV guide that
TV
shows like
bloopers and
Highway
practical...
to Heaven.
Will return next
Even the
week.
NBC station that produced and aired the show gets it wrong in promotional materials and commercial spots.
Unstuff will return next week. Now stay tuned for an all-new TV bloopers and practical jokes.
TV.
There was never an S in the name for me. So here's the current reality of TVs. Jeff, do you remember the way it is now or the way it was?
Dual memory. I've heard it both ways.
Not me. Jay Trebek.
But of course
Trebek,
it would
not
be-
Trebek.
Of course, it would be Ed McMahon involved in another Mandela. And to me, there's no bigger Mandela effect than the PCH one. There's some TV bloopers residue.
I can't read that. Can you read that?
Which part?
Oh, 11 TV bloopers and practical jokes.
Mhm.
At the top, I can't read that at all.
Just more residue. The plot for TV bloopers and practical jokes. So that's right in the TV guide in the newspaper. This one would be the newspaper. More residue.
There's a ton of residue. Uh, 1980s to early 1990s preliminal. Yes, the little cartoon janitor going across the screen.
Similar to what Carol Burnett did with her Charwoman character. Yeah, I saw it the way you did more often, Sandy.
I believe you.
The way you
I
did.
believe you guys saw it as TVs, but 100% only TV for me. Never the S. It was like ABC? ABC's TV bloopers and practical jokes. It was always like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. On the screen. During a commercial.
Not going to find better residue than that.
Well, besides ABC announcing TV bloopers and it being in
Well, yeah.
an episode of the TV series.
All over the place. Lots of them. Crossword puzzle too. Oh, no, that's just next to it.
Philo says TV. Whoa. Yeah, it's weird seeing residue of something you don't remember. But for me, that is 100%. So The Wire, TV bloopers and practical jokes.
I like Gerald Neal's comment. These are brain twisters. I see why NPCs are too lazy to want to think about it. Exactly.
Yeah. See, it's not a brain twister for me. It was always TV.
See, a lot of them think it's just semantics, but it matters.
Yeah, because there should, in my reality, there should never be an apostrophe S. Ever.
Yeah.
I can't read that. There's a lot of residue, but it's, there you go. And Man Star, co-host Johnny Carson. He hosts Star Search TV bloopers and practical jokes.
That's it for that one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Again, thank you for waiting for us tonight. We had some issues. You feel pretty comfortable presenting now, Jess?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know it's hard to jump back into it when you haven't done it in a year. But, so thank you guys. We really do appreciate you waiting for us and sticking around. It's getting pretty late now. It's almost 2 a.m. here. So we're going to call it a night. But next week we will be back with Brian, hopefully with Esther, maybe Theresa. And we'll be multi-streaming like we usually do on both channels at the same time. So everything will be back to normal next week. And maybe sometime in that time, I may have a video or a short coming out. We'll see. I'm working on it.
And we have a show coming up with Brian Staveley soon, right?
Yes, but I'm not sure what day yet. I don't know what exact day. I don't know if it's this. I think it's this week. I think it's Monday. I'm not sure. And we may be going on Hebrew tomorrow night for Amazon Lion's birthday. So if you want to come check us out there.
I should be able to make that. I'm not sure if I'll make it right away, but I should be on that as well.
Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Stay safe. Get some rest. Don't work too hard. And we'll see you all next week or tomorrow night or sometime this week. We'll be around.
Yeah.
You'll find us. Have
Good
a
night,
good night,
everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everyone.